there's a good thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies of Wizards, and why did it downward most treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new bit of that's making proof for not alone universe. UFO, form of bright light descending over the dome of the rock of Jerusalem.
All right. Welcome to Goof On tonight. It is Wednesday, September 19th, 17th, 2025. We're alive. Wow, what a day, man. We do a show last night? I mean that. I don't think we did, to be honest. Yep, I got struck again with the illness. It got me pretty bad, and then it was gone. About 3:30. That's not a joke. At 3:30, I went from this, on a scale of uncomfortability, a 4, not too bad. So going from that to I can eat? Wait a minute. I have energy. Wait, hold on. And I sat there thinking, how does this happen? How? I want to say prayer. I really do. Not mine. For those of you out there praying for me, it's being heard maybe. I don't know. I don't get it. But it is weird. I mean, I don't even look half bad. I look normal. Maybe lost a few pounds, but that was from the last time I was sick, which was only a week ago today. I haven't even been home a week. I threw up 2 more times. But let me tell you, those 2 other times were part of the first time. So when I came home, it wasn't out of me. I knew it was in me. I could feel it. Told everybody, I don't feel good. I'm telling you, I'm not right. Now I'm right. Now I'm right. My energy came back like in Niagara Falls, babe. I mean, I was I was kind of almost smiling to myself because like I'm in disbelief that something like this can come and go that quickly. From wanting to sleep to wanting to go work out within minutes. So I ate. I had eggs. I made a sandwich 5 minutes after that because I was still hungry. And that's my day starting about 4 o'clock. I said, I can do a show. What's going on in the world? What's going on in ufology? I said. Not that I've been anywhere. I thought the squid video would be an interesting topic because I think it means something, that sighting. Well, I'll talk about it in a minute, but yeah, I don't know. The longer you stay in this field, I want to say you see a pattern. You do, but you don't. The only thing is, they're going to do a certain something. You just don't know when. So you don't know the date they're going to do it. The pattern is, they're going to give us some sighting, get everybody excited, right? What do you mean, give us a sighting? they're going to release video footage of something that at first was an unidentified aerial phenomenon to the military. They thought it was a UFO. Doing all their research, triangulation, other people's beep-a-da-boops, they figured out it was flares, a drone, a test, whatever. It was mundane. It wasn't alien. Those are the videos Jeremy Corbell gets. Jeremy, this fooled every one of us. So you know what it is? Let's just say this, the public won't know what it is. But you do? You know what it is? Look at the video. If you have any questions, call me. Right? Now, I'm sure that's how it goes. It's a routine they go through. Jeremy has to ask, or he's not being a journalist. If he doesn't ask, how do you know? So I hope he's doing that. Because we get the real thing. Not from a fake source. Hold on. When I say we get the real thing, the government gives Jeremy the real thing. But it isn't. But it looks just like the real thing. Nobody will be able to tell the difference. Well, how can we tell the difference if we don't see the original? You don't have to. It looks just like that. This is what they try to put on us as evidence. I don't know if you guys noticed it. I mean, they don't come out and just say what I'm saying, but that's what I see. Jeremy Corbell has been duped every single time. There may be one time. Jellyfish video. It's a weird video. We'll talk about that. When we come back from intros, who's here listening to me go on and on and on and on and on? Glenn Collins, how do you do? Good to see you. What's up, Tom Tom? Thank you for hanging out. Zach Diecast Monsu says, hey, I'm looking older than Richie and I'm only 42. It does all over Richie. Hey. Good to see you, man. I need a drink. Yes. I have cotton mouth. Oh, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I thought it was closer. That was weird looking. I can't wait to see the replay. I need a drink really bad. Guys, if you want to help support, really, it is one of the top UFO shows ever invented. Feel free to help support it. You know what to do. I was going to sleep. I said, why? Why? You're feeling good. Nope, it's false, I kept telling my. It's not real, and I kept feeling better and better. Good to see you, Zach Diecast Monsu. Did I already say it? No, Valerian the Mac the Third. What do you say there? Good to see you. What's up, Treacies? 3 C's are better than Chicken Coop Confidential. Lucian. Welcome to. What's up, Brian Yates? I think I said it. Hey, Dorothy. Thanks. Hey, Dorothy. Thanks. Welcome to the show. Dorothy says, glad. I have to read it because it's longer than normal. Glad you're feeling better, Rich. I understand more what my son went through with diabetes by keeping up with your health struggles. Prayers up for continued health. I am so scared for the first time in my life, Dorothy, about my health. I mean, I met this girl. She was in the hospital for 2 weeks for the same thing she told me. I don't know what to See, if my white blood cell count was high, doesn't that mean I have a virus? Oh, yes, we just can't find it, they said. Oh, so why don't we give me some antibiotics? Again, we do that and gush inside my system out with the virus. No, we don't know what kind of virus it is. How about some penicillin? You know, that was invented over 100 years ago, wasn't it? You know, you know what? I don't know. I don't know that answer. How did Renee Cruz pass? Yeah, man. Another great person. Oh, my God. All right. You know, I can only go one day at a time. Right now, I can't remember how poor Renee Cruz died. I think it was like diabetes related. I'm not sure. Maybe that's why he hung out here. Renee was interesting. All right, let's get moving on. Yeah, you know, the weird thing about this last time was I've been dizzy, like slightly dizzy. So I stopped smoking for like 6 hours just to see if I get my bearings, and they got worse. And I said, oh, it's got to be my blood sugar. Let me check it again. Because it was like 167. Not the worst. All right. You know, 146. That's good in my situation. So I'm not out of whack. Sugar. I checked my blood pressure. You'll never guess. It was perfect. It was 120/78. So it's got to be a virus. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. I can't. I just thank you, Dorothy, for saying that. And we just got to keep moving. All right. I'll let you guys know what's going on the best I can when I can. You know, the thing is, when I'm sick, I could give a care about the phone. I could care the ambulance guy. You sure you don't want to take your phone with you? All right. All right. You know, it's like I'm not going to look at it. I, I just, you can't do anything. You just want to get in your little shell and focus to get better. The state of being. Welcome to the show. You know, if I don't explain this, you guys will be like, oh man, you know, get over it. I can't, I wish I could. Paul Callahan, welcome to the show. Hey, Samo, thank you for all the kind words too and the prayers. Welcome. Yemistos, Plaython. 31 Atlas is an alien ship. It might be. Might be. I know. Isn't that amazing if it is? I'm not going to say it isn't. We don't know. This is the first, right? It's not like a Muamua. It's huge. Isn't it? Is it 7 miles? How big is it? 13 miles? Hey, welcome to the show there. Yemistos. Is it Gemistos or Yemistos? Mr. Plaython, thank you. Hey, Rich. Good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, Blue Chicken. Yeah. You know what? There you go. I like that. I like that comment. I got to do a show about that. You know, I had my blood sugar under control for 3 months straight. Well, now 4. And then check this out. I check it 3 times a day. It jumped to 512. That was before I got sick. And I said to myself, oh no, the last time my blood sugar was 376 and I got sick 2 days later. So I said to myself, oh my God, I got to get my blood sugar in check. So I jammed it in me, the insulin. And I have the slow acting insulin still. So I have to wait 2 hours before it starts working. And I felt fine. So I worked out. Oh, the reason I checked it because I was wondering why I was having hot flashes. Out of nowhere, I just get waves of heat. Oh, my blood sugar must be low, I thought. No, it was way high. And I didn't do anything to trigger that. 2 days later, I was in the hospital. 2 days later, in the hospital. All right, let's get started officially. Hey, Chicken Coop. Confidential. Is that the second one I just saw? Oh, Dorothy. Hi, that's a super dono. Donos are donations with no comments. It means it's love. It's love. That's all it means. It's the best. Thank you. Thanks, Dorothy. Chicken Coop as well, another continuing supporter of Goofon. That right there is also a super dono. What's up, Kelly Lewis? How are you? Thor Panku, how's it going? Good to see you, man. All right, if I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. We do. Let's go right now. You know, were we here yesterday? I can't stop something from playing. I don't understand what's going on. I refreshed the page, see if I could stop it. Wow. I couldn't stop it. Okay, I don't know. And I'm going to have to check. If I don't check about yesterday, then I'm going to be crazy. I'm going to go crazy. The Squid UFO is back. What's the reason behind it? I think I know the reason. And if you're paying attention in ufology, you may know why we're seeing it again. Now, before I get to that, hold on. I have to make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, now, see? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I guess. Here we go. I guess we're okay now. So, Jacques Vallée. Oh, you. We did a show yesterday. I don't remember doing a show yesterday. We did a show Monday night, not Tuesday. Right? Hold on. 2 days ago. On my homepage, it says 1 day ago. So I didn't do a show yesterday. Okay. Okay. Guys, I'm telling you, man, I'm wiped out from this illness. All right. Enough of that. I just want to make sure. So Jacques Vallée just dropped one of his most important insights on UFOs. Anytime I say UFO, somebody's saying UAP. So you'll never know unless you're going to read it with me if it's UFO or UAP. I change whatever is UAP to UFO. Just letting you know. Jacques Vallée, admits he built an observation tower not just to watch UFOs, but to try to provoke whatever intelligence is behind them, he says. Science only ever gives temporary answers. It says his Bigelow era, or maybe it's supposed to be this Bigelow era, research team was shut down before they could finish. That's true. Right? Wasn't the Bigelow team on Skinwalker Ranch shut down a little early? Or I thought he shut it down. Bigelow did. He knows of secret experiments on how to communicate with non-human intelligence. He warned humanity's survival may depend on learning that dialogue. This isn't about aliens in ships, in quotes. It's about building a language with something bigger than us. Well, isn't it? Isn't it always been that way? Communication is king, cash is king. But communication should be the first thing. We learn how to communicate properly, right? Because if you look at the way we spell things, they, or they're, like they are, if you change that in a sentence to there, you don't know if they're talking about the singular there, or they are, or theirs, plural, something like that. You know what I mean? I'm not a wordsmith, but I am smarter than that. All right. This isn't about aliens and ships. It's about building a language with something bigger than us. Look, Jacques Vallée. Hey, Jeanette. We'll get to that. Jacques Vallée is saying what he's supposed to say. Right? We have to build a language that's better than us, bigger than us. We have to build a language with something that's bigger than us. First of all, I don't like that. Why are they bigger than us? Because they can go from planet to planet? Yay. It doesn't mean they're smarter. It means they cracked the code. One invention. Had to cross great distances in a blink of an eye. Let's just say we don't know what it is, but let's just assume it's that. That's what everybody goes to. Well, they can go from planet to planet. Well, what if they're going planet to planet, exterminating anything that's on the planet that's a threat to them? Well, we just can't be a threat to them. So you mean do whatever they tell us to do? I would. Oh my God. And that's where humanity ends. That kind of thinking. That's why the military is the military. We pay them to not think like that. We pay them to keep us alive and to have an upper hand on the enemy, if need be. Kind of why I'm a little weirded out by whistleblowers. I get it. I do. Maybe something in me changed. I don't know. But as long as I remember, I never liked the whistleblower for ufology. I always thought it was treasonous. The government did what they did because they had to. We don't know why, so you can't make these accusations. And in some cases, it's blatant disregard for the law. I get it. So we just start arresting everybody? I don't know. It's why they don't. It's why you get a trial. It's why everybody should be treated as individuals, not because of what somebody did in the past. Has no bearing. should have no bearing on each case, but it does. That's how people are. It's why they try to find witnesses that don't know anybody within the system or know anybody about the case or anything like that. They try to get outsiders who could be their peers and be very good at figuring out who's lying and who's telling the truth. Judge and jury. What is the other one? All right, listen to this. Listen to Jacques talk about this. Okay. That was weird. Here we go again. Let's try it now.
Was a meta system, an assembly of good observations that we could refine.
Yeah, I don't see closed caption.
Take up to the next level. And I think.
Sorry, let me start over so you can have a clear sound.
We were designing with Mr. Bigelow was a meta system, an assembly of good observations that we could refine and then take up to the next level. And I think that's what is not being done. And that the people who are trained to be, the troops that would help us refine that system the project has been shut down for reasons I never understood. And the financing was terminated, and that's gone. It's evaporated. So I'm not going to jump into just hoping that this thing is going to happen again. I think those things happen rarely, that you can assemble the kind of talent that Dr. Colm Keller assembled with Mr. Bigelow, in the days of Bass and the support we had from Washington at the time. It was very small, but I think that we were on the way to getting the right questions answered. So I would hope somebody would do it again. It's not going to be me. I would hope to get some certainty about the nature of the dialogue with the phenomenon. What kind of dialogue is it? Is it just like a dialogue between us and a whale, for example, or an ape, or a bird that we can develop? And there are a number of experiments to do that. There are experiments also on how you would communicate with aliens that have not been disclosed, but we know they exist. I know specifically that from people who were involved in those experiments that they exist, and I think that's a big hope for me, that we can go forward to that and build the kind of language constructs that would enable us to tap into that higher level. We know there have to be higher levels of existence, and we know that they can communicate with us by sharing the space. We communicate with all kinds of with ants and mice that are not necessarily interested in.
Hold on, I'm not catching, I think, what he said. Did he say what I thought he said?
By sharing the space. We communicate with all kinds of with ants and mice.
Okay. We do? I know mice, we have some sort of communication with them in those, you put the cheese at the end of the maze for the rat, whatever. I know people who have them as pets. I think they're a lot smarter than people give them credit just because they're a rodent. But if we could do that with what I think he's saying is with ants and mice, and other creatures, maybe even plants, right? Plants feed off emotion, kind of like you guys in the chat room, right, Thor? All emotion. That's okay. You know, we need emotional men in this world. Right, FAP? It's okay. Nothing to be ashamed of. We all do things that are male dominated with female qualities. And if you deny that, then you deny what is man. I deny nothing. I deny nothing. The only thing I accept is what my eyes and my ears and my sixth sense tells me is the truth, right? That's all we got. See, ufology, there is no truth. Oh, there isn't. It's all lies. Except for one thing. Whether they exist or not. That's it. That's what's missing. Oh, yeah, and a UFO, like evidence. Like, yeah, you can take a lot of the evidence out there. Same thing with crop circles. You get that trace evidence, you know, something scorched the earth right there in a perfect circle. Oh, maybe it was a hot air balloon. Say what? Well, I don't know. Nobody's done the tests. So, you know, we've got a lot of things to work on, I think. Mike. I'm just throwing names out there because Mike is usually a guy who works in the FBI. Jim, right? Robert. But it's true. There's a lot of evidence out there. Is it enough to say these things are coming from another planet? No. That hurt to say. That did. Sucks. Oh, that hurt. What do we always talk about here? I do. I mention it at least once a week. The only way anybody in this field from here on out, the only way you should believe that there are UFOs and aliens is to have your own personal experience. It's the only way to convince you. I don't know, but I think I've had an experience or two or three. I went looking for it. Jeff Garvey just, you know what? Dude, wow. I'll wait for it to pop up on my end. There it is. Hey, man. First of all, I want to say, Jeanette, did I say thank you before? I think you've renewed the membership again, or either way, thank you for your support, Jeanette. I through and through, consistently a continuing supporter of Goof On and Rich Saves America. Thank you. And Jeff as well. Jeff, thank you for this $5 super chat with an interesting message. Rich, Jacques Vallée believes they are putting up stuff to change us. That is their end game, according to him. Oh, is that what he said? You know, thank you for that, Jeff. I'm going to play this Second half of this again.
Is it? Is it just like a dialogue between us and a whale, for example? Or
Okay, so here he talked about the language, right? He said the main thing is language. Is it in the beginning? Well, it doesn't matter. It's weird. It is that the government would put stuff up to change. Well, what about chemtrails? For decades, they denied it. Not anymore. It's true. They were putting shit in the air. And yes, they did. Yes, they were. Now they have laws. Like Florida has a law. They're not allowed to spray over the state. So what they do is they go 300 to 400, 500 miles upwind to the west and spray the trails a little bit higher so they could drift a little bit further and they can hit their target a little bit later. Still going over Florida.